following program may contain coarse language, suggestive dialogue, and discussion of violent imagery and sexual situations. It is intended for mature listeners who can tell the difference between facts and opinions.
Keiji is literally the best or worst wingman on this episode of the Toonami Faithful podcast. I am your host, Sketch, and with me I have...
It's your occasional co-host, Kuro, and...
an editorial writer, Laser Kid.
And...
Hey, I'm Streaming Steven.
And we have a returning guest.
Hello, I'm the R-Dragon.
Welcome back, Dragon.
It's a pleasure, Dragon.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Here in preparation for this, you have already watched all of Rooster Fighter up to this point.
Yes.
And what do you think of Rooster Fighter's first, all the episodes except for the one we're just about to talk about?
Quite interesting. I kind of love how ridiculous the concept is, and yeah, and then it's actually kind of hits hard in some places.
Then it does. All right, let's get into it. Episode 7, Crowing Over a Feather. We start this off with a flashback to Keiji and his sister, Sarah, when she awakened her power, when they were chased down by the dog, and she's freaking out about it and isn't sure what her future will hold, and Keiji reassures her he'll always be there for her. Well, newsflash, Keiji, I guess you weren't.
He feels bad about that, okay?
He does feel very bad about it.
It's haunting him.
It's haunting him. So this flashback memory turns into a nightmare as a disturbing image of his sister's face says, "Why weren't you there, big brother? Why didn't you save me?"
Yeah, dude, why'd you have to make your nightmare our nightmare?
Yeah,
that was unnecessary.
Very,
Entirely.
very unpleasant. And it seems he has these night terrors fairly regularly. Understandable. Understandable. The next day, Keiji takes a sand bath, and Pyoko's like, "Oh, I want to play in the sand too." And Elizabeth explains to her and us, the viewers, that chickens use sand baths to clean themselves and keep them from having bugs all over their bodies. But Elizabeth points out
thing they do. My favorite thing.
She, being a sophisticated lady, has a special bug spray for chickens to keep the spray. And Keiji's like, as you do. After that amusing exchange, a couple of pigeons come by and ask Keiji to be their wingman on a group date.
I kept asking if they were, or rather, I kept hoping that they were going to be making a reference to Animaniacs, but alas.
Oh man.
Wow.
It's just one big thing of Chicken Boo.
From the past. Damn.
That would have been great.
That would have been so good.
I don't know if I think that would have gone over a lot of people's heads though.
It probably would have, but my brain kept wanting it for some reason.
I would question if the author is even familiar with
probably
the
not.
Good Feathers.
You know what though? That's a little bit like Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like when you're a kid, you don't get a lot of the references, but if you go back and watch it as an adult, you can get them.
Yeah.
So maybe it'd be like that.
Are you saying I'm a clown? Are you saying I amuse you?
Yes.
All right, that's it.
was good. Was good.
Yeah, these pigeons are thrilled to meet KG because they know all about him because they've been watching him on the human smartphones. As you can only imagine, they are watching and then pooping on said smartphones because they're pigeons and they have no control over that.
No.
And I'm a little surprised that Elizabeth says, "You should do it, KG." You'd think that she would be, against him wooing other birds, but not in this instance, apparently. I guess it doesn't matter since they're pigeons. And though KG is reluctant, he's like, "All right, I will do this to represent chickens." And they go on a date, and initially the pigeon girls are like, "Oh, a chicken. Oh, I didn't think anybody would invite poultry.
Oh, we're much better than poultry.
We're much better than poultry." It's like, you're the rats of the sky. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say that they weren't cute, but for pigeons. But come on. You do not have a good enough rep to be tearing down a rooster. Though
I
they
think
do rightfully be like, "Oh, you mean that awful squawking that you do first thing in the morning?" Oh,
they're trolling KG.
they got him. They got him good.
Yeah.
So he gets mad after a while. He flips the table and starts to storm off. He's like, "I gotta go my way." And the girls are like, "He's so strong and independent. Oh, I love him now." And everybody is a bit flabbergasted by this development, especially KG. He's not really sure what to do about it. The girls are all circling around him. And surprisingly, the pigeon guys are not getting mad about this. But Elizabeth decides to chime in and is like, "He's a man whore, right?" And that just shut him down immediately. The girls are like, "Ew, gross, never mind." And even the guys are like, "Well,
him.
that's disappointing." Yeah, she cockbox him constantly.
Good for
Cockbox. I didn't even mean to do that. The wordplay, it just rises out from
This
within me.
show brings it from.
And that is your superpower, Sketch.
Yeah. It's like, "What's the matter, KG? You don't want to do the group date? What are you? Chicken?"
I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
So she really does call him a man whore.
She does.
Well, later Elizabeth feels a little bad about it and apologizes, but Piyoko's really upset that she betrayed the mister, and she's flailing about and she falls, but she's caught by the woman who killed Morio. She says you have to take care of this one, implying that there's something special about Piyoko. Meanwhile, two other roosters are dealing with a group of demons. One is being held captive, and he tells his son, Keisuke, to flee. And the guys are like, "Nah, let him go. We got the hostage. He'll be back." Down by the river. Down by the river.
In a house down by the river.
Elizabeth is preparing fish to eat, and Piyoko recognizes the fish as the same one that was on Pop's tattoo. Yep, it's a carp. And Elizabeth had used her baton to shock a carp, and KG's like, "Isn't that cheating?"
Yes.
If it
Yes,
works,
but
it works.
is effective. Do you ever use landmines to hunt wild boar? You'll get much meat, but it's not much work.
I see what you did there.
I love common side effects.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so funny.
Don't eat the barbecue.
It's a good show.
Yeah. So Piyoko's like, "Ooh, I want to do it too." And she tries to pick up the baton and she can't. She's too small. And Elizabeth says she probably won't be able to do that for at least a few more weeks. But she can go help them by finding dandelions. So Pyoko goes out, and I'm just thinking that scene with Donkey and Shrek is like, red flower, blue thorns, red flower through thorns.
This would be
This
a
would be
lot
so
easier
much
if I wasn't
easier. if I was
colorblind.
colorblind. But she's not colorblind. She's like, ooh, these little yellow ones are so cute, like me. And then Elizabeth appears. She's like, yes, they are cute. And those are flowers, but I asked for dandelions. She's like, well, if you're just going to come over here and find them yourself, then why'd you even ask? So she huffs off. And now's that scene from the one of the previews. Actually, the pigeons was another one of the previews, but this scene where they're trying out the food and KG is skeptical, even though Elizabeth assures him she's a very good cook. So KG takes just a little nibble and has his food wars moment.
Yeah.
Oh, this is wonderful taste. It's even better than the time I ended up eating a frog and a cricket at the same time. Like, frogs aren't friends, not food. Ugh. But I just love it. This is the second time he's equated a delicious taste of seafood to eating two kinds of bugs at the same like like eating a bug and something else at the same time. In this case, an amphibian. So he did bite a little piece off to taste test it, and now he's upset that his portion is smaller than everyone else's. And Elizabeth does point out, you just took a bite of yours, that's why it's small. It's just like, no, you're lying. And Pyoko, wanting to, chill things out, says, mister, I'm not that hungry. You can have mine. And he's like, oh, yeah, thank you. And Elizabeth is very upset at all of that and is like, how could you do that? And little Pyoko just looks down at her empty plate, sad. I'm sorry, KG, if you're going to wolf down her entire piece, then at least give her some of yours.
He's so rude.
He is. He is very, very rude. Very, very rude. So Pyoko, feeling a little dejected in this whole situation, wanders off on her own and finds somebody else to defend. There was a newt that had, I think it was a newt. Yeah, those are newts.
She turned me into a newt.
I got better. This little newt apparently had not provided enough bugs to his superiors. They're like Yakuza type newts. It's like, they ain't gonna cut it, buddy. And then Pyoko, who's quite a bit larger than them, stomps them and bats the bigger ones around a little bit and insults them. Says, if you ever mess with this guy again, you're gonna have to deal with me. And he didn't take that kindly. As one of these newts starts demonizing and turns into a gigantic demon. And now, oh, how the turns table. So Pyoko's running away from this terrifying demon, and once again we get the humans' demon warning. They are at least prepared for that much.
Somebody get Saitama.
Common case. Nobody knows about Saitama.
Get the threat level warning out.
So the demon mercilessly chases Pyoko. I mean, he is very mad at her. Until it gets distracted by a cat. And then Pyoko thinks she got away. She's like, ooh, he's big, but he's too stupid to ever catch me. As this is a Looney Tunes moment, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wait, oh, he's right next to me. So it starts chasing her again, but this time she's saved by KG and Elizabeth. They defeat the demon, and Keisuke, the other rooster, sees the battle from a distance. After that, Pyoko feels even more dejected and contemplates if she should continue to journey with KG, because she doesn't want to be a burden. It's like, I'm not pulling my weight. You can't possibly weigh that much, kid. And Elizabeth and Keiji discuss how it's odd that they've known Pyoko for over a month and she hasn't grown at all, which is very odd for a chicken.
Yes, that stuck out with me as well. It's like,
Seems like a very important detail along with that interaction with the lady demon earlier.
indeed.
And we end things with the bloody and battered Keisuke falling before Keiji, choking out, "There you are. I finally found you, big brother." And a startled Keiji asks, "What was that?" What was that indeed? Hey, it's that other rooster from the opening sequence.
I've been wondering when he was going to show up.
Hmm. So I reviewed the full opening and endings recently and can confirm Morio is in both. So maybe maybe he's still alive. But then
We can
again, a
hope.
lot of the one-off characters were also in the opening, so
We can hope, but I don't expect it.
I hope he's still alive.
Me
a good
too.
one.
I like him.
Yeah, this is a big character episode of Rooster Fighter, really, and the whole pigeon day was freaking hilarious.
It was.
Good stuff. Our Dragon, as our guests, what are your thoughts on this episode of Rooster Fighter?
Yeah, I quite liked it. I really wanted to really made me want to see what's going on with these characters more, uh, especially Pyoko. Uh, I've got to admit, seeing the new character, I already forgot.
Keisuke.
Yeah, Keisuke. Thank you. Yeah, when he came in, I was seeing him in the intro, and I was thinking like he was like an older mentor type character, and then his voice
Yeah,
comes out and like,
he's a
yeah,
silky. It's the way he looks. It's because of the type of chicken he is. He's a silky.
okay.
Oh, I didn't know that was the actual type of chicken.
I guess
It
we'll
is.
find out if he's an acrobat, Silky.
Ah, see what you
Judging
did
from the
there.
preview, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I was surprised at how young he sounded. So,
Yeah, voiced by Robbie Damon.
oh, okay.
They're pretty small chickens too, in general. So he would be smaller than
KG.
KG. Yeah.
Why
Thank you.
do both their names have to start with K-E-I?
That's gonna get me again.
Yeah.
We're gonna start calling them
K1
G
and K2.
and Suke.
K1 and K2.
K1 and K2. Yeah, that could be good. That could be good.
I was also interested to see like when the lizard became a demon. I think that was the first time that I remember in the show seeing a character who wasn't human
I think you're
creating
right.
a demon.
It's correct.
Yep.
I
no,
wonder if
I agree with that.
the slug from a previous episode might have always been a slug.
It's a
But we
possibility.
didn't see. It did kind of have a man face, though.
I'm sure there are quite a few humans that could fit that description.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, we got this group of demons, and I'm wondering what's the deal with them. They seem to be some kind of organization or family.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know if that lady is within their group. But she could be. Any additional thoughts?
That's about all I've got.
All right. Steven, What are your thoughts on this episode of Rooster Fighter?
You know what? I liked it. I mean, I like all anime episodes that I watch in Toonami, but yeah, I liked it. Gave some more backstory, a little bit to what was going on. I did like how the lizards interacting with Pyoko and just crawling around her. It was a kind of funny thing. It's like, oh, it's like these three lizards are going to attack her, and she's like, yeah, sure. I can deal with these guys. It was cute. Seeing the lizard become a demon, that's an interesting thing, because that means it's not just humans. Anything can be who has intense emotions can become a demon. Like, right there's something in there that become it. It might be only certain things, but at least a lizard shows an animal becoming that. So it does have some bearing on something going on, because that dog in the beginning with KG and his sister, while that might have not went fully demon, something was going on with that, right? Because it also shows animals can talk and they can understand. So why didn't that dog in the beginning talk? It just barked, because we've seen that in previous episodes before, that it was just barking and running after him. So
That's what
something
dogs do,
happened.
though. Dogs
Yeah.
do attack chickens.
Yeah, and they bark and everything, but this was like all the other animals that we interacted with and everything else talked. That dog did not talk. So there's something with that, either, or at least I'm thinking about that. There's something with that. Who knows? I'm totally wrong when I'm most of this stuff. But that is interesting that animals can turn into demons as well. You see that with Keisuke. Him, I guess that's his like stepfather or something, that the three demon humans are holding, and they're not all like fully demons. They're like half demons or something, because they got like some powers or something, like the like 4 generals or something in like an army or something, and that's interesting there. And he's like, "Go find them," and it was like that was a cool thing to see that he's given the order to do that to him, and Keisuke still kind of like doesn't see or feel that he's strong enough to do that stuff, but he's going to do that for his I guess adopted father, I would say, or his father.
What makes you think he's an adopted father? Why wouldn't it be his biological father?
It could be,
The
but
reason they would look different is because they would have different hens. Like one
Yeah.
rooster can mate with like a lot of hens.
okay. Well, I don't know chicken biology. Correct.
It's like
Who
with
could say?
with cats. So like it's like the opposite of with cats, you know. Like, or you
Mhm.
could have like one litter of cats with they all have different daddies. It's the
Yeah.
opposite with hens. You could
Mhm.
have one daddy, and then that they'll sit on the eggs, and they could all be from different mamas.
Oh
I thought-
man, are we gonna have a storyline where KG meets his father and finds that he's been as promiscuous as he has?
That's what because I thought that was KG in the thing. I'm like, did my stuff skip or something? I thought that was KG, and I'm like, I'm watching a different episode or something, because that does look like KG a little bit. That rooster there, and I'm like, huh.
That could
So
be his
then-
dad.
It could be that, it could be his dad or something's going on. I don't know.
I
What
think
it
it's more
means.
interesting that he would even keep track
Yeah.
of his offspring. That's the part that's curious to me.
And Keisuke knew that was that KG was that. I guess they can watch it all on cell phones, because chickens know how to use cell phones.
Yeah,
Other than
pigeons.
that,
You don't know
yeah.
how to use the cell phones. You can just look at them.
What kind of magic device is that?
I don't know. I'm gonna poop on it.
Share with it.
Hold up, I was watching that. Kuro, what are your thoughts?
There's a lot of slow time this episode. It was unnecessary. Like the whole pigeon sequence, in my opinion, it didn't contribute anything. I could have done without it personally. That was just my opinion. I think the most salient points here was that you have demons that can work together. It's the first time we've seen demons working together, not fueled by their own desire. B, they seem they're holding a hostage for a specific reason, so they expect the other hen to come back, which is interesting. That it's already pointed out that another creature, non-human, can be infected with whatever is infecting the demons, and we postulated it was like functioned like a spore that then fed off of whatever strong emotion that the person is feeling. But now, maybe that's can infect animals too, which sparks a whole different conversation. And then, of course, Pyoko not growing. It's funny because it didn't even occur to me. It's an anime, and most characters tend to stay fairly stagnant, unless there's specifically iterated time skips, and then you'll see characters grow. So, like, I didn't think anything about her not changing over time because again, it's not something you'd be able to pick up on in this format unless it's explicitly told to you.
Yeah, we don't know the amount of time.
Yeah, so once they mention it, then it's like then it makes things interesting, coupled with the fact that the demon lady, she knows exactly who they are, and she probably knows what they've been doing. That she, if there is going to be a point where she would react to them killing demons, she had an opportunity right there, but she didn't. She picked up Pyoko and said something, and then it's just kind of passing. So they do a good job of like sliding in these plot points into the show for you to pick up on and form a bigger picture. They always do a good job of that. I just feel like there was like so much extra noise. I would have preferred to have focused on the situation like with Pyoko, and then the situation with Keisuke, the Silky brethren. Yeah.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure we'll get plenty of Keisuke in the next episode.
Yeah.
And it seems like he'll probably join the party and be around for the long run.
Yeah. He's cool looking. It's good to see a Silky representation.
And Laser, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was really interesting, getting to see more Pyoko action, getting some intrigue on Pyoko. It's not just the tag along. Pyoko's got her own little story going on now, and I think that's really cool. I was immediately thinking back of, Pyoko's not growing. Why would that be? Something's fishy here. And of course, getting noticed earlier with the demon, this something's up, and I'm very curious as to what it is. So that was one of the main things I really enjoyed was Pyoko's side of the story this episode. The whole pigeon thing, it was fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
Exactly.
But it kept him busy so he could focus on Pyoko. So it did its job. And I did like our new character showing up. I was very curious who this guy was going to be from the intro, and, well, I'm still interested.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the pigeon stuff. I don't know.
I can tell. I can tell you enjoyed it, Sketch.
Nothing wrong with that. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it.
It was the Jersey Shore table flip. That's what did it for you, right?
It helped. It helped. I think I appreciated the levity after the kind of heavy episode we just had, where many life lessons were learned from watching chickens.
Oh yeah, it's hard to like. When you have something that's kind of short, and you take a moment to have a sequence that's like a little pointless, it does feel to me like a bit of a waste of screen time. That's all.
Some good world building. I mean, we didn't know pigeons knew about.
I guess, like, is that going to be relevant later though? If it's not, I'm gonna come back and haunt you with that.
You're gonna haunt me. You're gonna haunt me like the nightmare aberration of Sarah.
I will. Bring this
Why
back.
did you think it was important, sketch?
Remember the pigeons that weren't important, sketch? Maybe there will be, and then I'll eat my words.
Then
mean,
you'll
they
eat
were-
crow.
They were silly enough to be enjoyable.
I just was kind of bored with the whole thing. I didn't care.
Those pigeons are gonna come in clutch. I'm team pigeons. Team
Team
pigeon relevance.
Team Pigeon, let's go.
Well, it's better than the sun is alive bullshit. Now we don't have to go through that nonsense again. Remember who was right about that? That would be me. I was right. Just in case anybody forgot, I was right. I'll rub it in Paul's face forever.
Well, with this show, we're deciding who's on team Sarah's alive.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, man.
I do think she got
Alive and
absorbed by the
cooked.
demon.
I think so too.
I
That
think
doesn't
she's.
necessarily mean she's dead.
I think she's
Exactly.
around. How much control she has, I don't know. But I don't know if you could separate her out from that demon. That's the real question.
Yeah, that is the real question.
My real question is, are the hens the only ones that have these superpowers? Like, that would be the incentive to absorb them. Or is it just like any creature has the potential for it, and so they can become targets for these demons that want that particular thing?
Yeah, why are these demons going after these other roosters even? What's the deal?
There's so many questions.
What's the deal?
that they could have spent answering today this episode.
Didn't.
They do fit a lot in 25 minutes, though. They fit
Yeah,
a lot of things.
This is a fairly dense episode, all things considered.
Yeah.
I had a lot of notes. You know what I don't have a lot of notes on?
Blue Lock?
This week's episode of Blue Lock.
Yeah, right back at it.
There wasn't much to lock off about, I suppose.
We're right back where we started.
I don't think this was a bad episode.
No, it wasn't.
I
I
think
just was bored. Were
I
you
think it
bored?
was
'Cause
just,
I was
you know,
bored.
getting us from point A to point B.
Sure.
And showing, if nothing else, that Blue Lock is running out of money. Steven was totally right. Too much blue paint. But the
It's the
biggest
expensive kind.
the biggest sink in money is a holographic quote unquote AI Blue Lock man who will be the goalie in these various tests. Like,
I did
okay.
love the Blue Lock man on Double Entendre. That was funny to me. It's like a 90s reference.
Pepsi man.
Pepsi Man.
I was
Blue
thinking
Lock
Blue
Man.
Lock.
Blue
I was
Man.
thinking Blue Man
Blue
Group.
Man Group. Yeah,
That
Blue
was
Man
my
Group.
yeah.
I got
Yeah.
what you were throwing down, though.
So the second selection starts, and we see this entirely from Isaki's point of view. He's put in a room where he has a penalty area where he needs to score goals against Blue Lock Man, who is the goalie. He has to score 100 goals in 90 minutes. He has to keep up his stamina. He has to work with changing conditions. It adds more and more things every round, but he's slowly but surely working out how he can perfect his straight shot. And he works through a lot of things in his head, and it's not that interesting. But he
It's really
succeeds.
not.
He gets through it actually quite a bit quicker than a lot of other people. And
You know, if nothing else, Ego could brand this kind of soccer training and make a shit ton of money back on it.
absolutely.
Yes.
You should be using. You should definitely be doing that. I mean, this is kind of the test, right? This is the test. We're in the human testing phase. So he finishes that task, and he's allowed to move on to the next room, where he finds that everybody has to assemble a team of 3. And speaking to what Kuro wanted, Bachira shows up and like, all right, we're teammates. And
Hell
Isagi's
yeah.
like, okay, well, that sounds good.
That's all I care about.
But then they're like, should we take Kunigami or Chigiri? We can only take one. And then Nagi shows up and is like, hey, Isagi, you should join me and Rio. And Isagi's like, nah, man, I'm sticking with Bachira. He says, okay,
Yeah.
see ya, Rio.
Oh god, that was
Oh, the look on Rio's
Oh.
face.
That's gonna
poor
come back at him.
Rio.
That's gonna come back.
Oh, for sure. But Nagi's like, nah, I think I would learn a lot from playing with these guys. I mean, we lost to them, so makes sense. And Isagi's like, yeah, actually, this sounds good. Let's do this. So they walk off, leaving Rio all by his lonesome, waiting to see if the fast glasses guy is ever going to show up. I do wonder if Kunigami and Chigiri will team up with Rio, but I don't think so. I don't think they would team up with Rio. But they do show up almost one after another. They're like, oh, those guys already went on? Huh. I'm a little put off by the fact that they didn't take me. Let's team up. So who will be their third? It could be Rio. It could be somebody else. If they're playing smart, I think they should probably go for either Nico, because he's kind of like an Isagi stand-in, or probably Baro. Baro seems like a good choice. Though, then again, he would probably not be a good teammate.
No, I was gonna say he's kind of a jackass.
Yeah. And there are other members of their previous team that could... Raichi! They should get Raichi in there. Yeah, bring Raichi.
There's the answer.
Bring Raichi. Honestly, who cares about the others? I'm sorry. Those guys just didn't leave much of an impression, except for I'm sorry, I can't even remember his name. Who was the goalie's name?
Iamon.
Iamon, yeah. Iamon, he would be a good third. Potentially, but we don't really know what he's capable of.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. And the guy with the ponytail, he was pretty good. So
Well, it would maybe be better for them to be somewhat scrambled up a little bit so that they can work on different techniques. I think that this is to their benefit to be a little bit split up.
Oh, I agree. Also,
I mean, it sucks for the camaraderie they built.
Yeah. I mean, they were going to have to leave Kunigami or Chigiri behind either way, so might as well leave both of them behind and let them, carry on themselves, because they're perfectly capable.
Mm-hmm.
We do get new BL rankings. And Isagi's 15. He actually seems to be moving up pretty fast. Huh. Must be main character syndrome.
Literally.
Yeah, right? So, their new trio of Isagi, Bachira, Nagi enter the next room, and like, all right, so what's the deal here? And Ego explains, okay, so you're going to play 3-on-3, and you can pick whoever you're going to play against. You just have to agree. Both teams have to agree who's going to play. And when you win, you take a player from that team. I'm like, Davey back fight.
Oh my god. I knew I had something in the tip of my tongue when I was watching it, and now I know what it was.
Yeah. It's also like Red Rover. As Nagi points out, Bachira and Nagi are like, what was that called again? Oh yeah, Red Rover. So that makes a four-person team, and then you have teams 4 against 4, and the other members, the remaining 2, get locked off. Oof, rough. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there is any scenario where... Okay, there is a scenario, but it's a really convoluted one. Because Kunigami and Chigiri, since they're on the same team now, they would have to No, there isn't there. Well, they just have to play all the way to the end. But even then, only one of them gets to join the final 5. So, oof. I'm giving this way too much thought. We're not even there yet.
You lost me.
Yeah. Well, as each game advances, you add a player. So in the
Mhm.
next round, you'll have 4, and then you play that round, and then the final team will be 5.
You're assuming that any of these players will immediately win their first round. Remember that if they're in the losing, they have to do a 2-on-2 match, which is what I think is going to end up happening. And then they'll end up having a secondary comeback that way.
Am I forgetting about that?
Yeah.
I thought the 2 just got eliminated.
Not immediately. No, they play
Oh,
they play
okay. So
another 2 that
there's a
get
losers bracket.
eliminated.
A losers
Yes.
bracket. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is some way convoluted that you could end up with the final 5 being Kunigami, Chigiri, Nagi, Bachira, and Isagi, which is, I think, where we're headed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Which is
But
just gonna ruin Rio's life. But I don't care. Didn't really like that guy. Yeah. So they choose to play against the quote unquote best team featuring Rin Itoshi, Jubei Aryu, and Aoshi Tokimitsu. And one of the latter 2 was a guy that was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm good enough for this. I'm gonna bring the whole team down." Right? It's like, all right, so is this guy legit not that good, or is he
oh
just
my God,
really in
Isagi's
his?
team's gonna get destroyed. I'm calling it.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Or maybe only Rin is particularly good and he ends up at a disadvantage against 3 fairly capable players.
Mm.
But yeah. You're probably right, because
Mm-hmm.
we can't have these things going well.
No.
And then they can like steal Nagi, and then Bachira and Isagi have to do the 2-on-2. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. I'm thinking about this way too much. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah. In the extra scene, the Psycho brothers are having their farewells, and the one who's not staying is like, "I'm gonna become a TV personality, and I'll become famous of my impressions of you." And then his brother, who previously never uttered a coherent thought by himself, actually speaks a sentence, and Isagi and Bachira are like, "Wait a minute. Did he just say something coherent? He can do that?" Well, I guess if his brother's not around to talk for him. Well, that was kind of fun. Kuro, what are your thoughts on this episode of Blue Lock?
So I think we're being set up for another moment of loss grow for Isagi. He's I anticipate, like, he thinks he's making the right move, and maybe he was by challenging the most difficult team, because he's been absorbing and learning with every experience. So in that part, yeah, that wasn't a terrible gamble. But I anticipate it being that they're gonna have a hard time, they're gonna lose, and one of the teammates will go that's not Isagi, and then he'll have to do a 2-on-2 with another set of rejects that we'll recognize, and and then he'll have to move on and adapt with that new team. And I think it'll end up with him playing his own teammates at some point. That's my prediction where this is going to go, because they like to heighten the drama. It is hard for me to feel a little invested. I did like the dynamic of adding Nagi to this group. I would love this trio of Bachira Nagi and Isagi to be together, but I don't anticipate it being more than an episode or two. Yeah, I feel pretty confident that this is all just setting up like a moment of failure so that he can grow and learn from it.
That's how he learns.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Nagi, I mean, it sucks to not be picked in dodgeball, but he made the right choice because if he's now that he found something that his friend couldn't give him, which was a passion for the game. And that Isagi did give him that, and he's learning something from him too, just even though he's incredibly talented. So it's a good pairing for them both. They might both gain something from the experience long term. Like let's say then they lose, Bachira gets chosen instead of Nagi, maybe this pairing might be good because he already works really well with Bachira. Maybe it'll be good for him to get a different dynamic. I mean, they do kind of push the him and Nagi are like meant to be more long-term characters. That's the impression I got.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I don't know, that's just sort of I'm focusing more on the future than this episode just because this episode was more of a transitional one. So it's not really giving a lot.
Also, it's
yeah.
just really abrupt how he's just in this new test and they're like, what? What happened? He went through the door. We're here.
The technology level of escalation. It's funny that she made the comment about budget because the first thing I thought when I saw the Blue Man, I was like, well, that's a lot of money. Like, because they have one for every single player. Holy crap.
Yeah, you don't need that many. Just let them play.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
One or two at a time.
Is time really that much of a concern? Like just have like a couple and have only a few people taking the test at a time. Way better resource management.
I mean, assuming that this has the long-term goal of them getting a striker, he could definitely make this money back by selling this model or using it again for other training purposes.
Yeah, he should be thinking that. But he's too busy thinking of being a Batman villain.
He's like living out his dream of just doing the perfect soccer training camp. I just feel like he is loving this. It's not even about the end result. It's about the process. Like Ego is just like, I am in my element here.
It's true. Steven, what are your thoughts?
I have thoughts, man. I have thoughts. What is wrong with Ego? Like, dude spending like billions of whatever, national fund grant they gave him, billions on an artificial intelligence holographic model to simulate a goalie. Names it Blue Lock Man. Dude, this Pepsi Man can like block every shot. And he's going on like he's like some Batman villain. He's got about 20, 30 screens on at once. Lights darken. Yeah, he can't play for electricity for the lights for that room because he's running a stupid data center outside, like 20, just right outside, destroying the environment. The dude's like, I got problems with AI, but this guy gives AI thinks that it's like some his wallet is like open and it's like taking money out of it. It makes no sense. He paints everything blue because he's like a Batman villain. He's like the Riddler, but something else. He goes on about like every single thing, like, you need to find your weapon. You need to find you go, dude, shut up. You're destroying the environment with all the AI. Then never mind the data centers that you're creating of all of these plans and everything else in it. I expect you to scrape that off the internet, half of it.
I think it's
The
really
other
funny
side,
how fixated you are on Ego.
I could have been a better villain.
Character.
Yeah. He's
I
got.
disagree. Bachira is the most interesting character. Thank you very much, Sketch. Don't disrespect my Bachara.
All right, fair.
Mhm.
I got problems with this whole setup in Ego. I mean, it's just fun to see how much of a money pit that they're digging a hole in, like to get one striker to get all of that money revenue back. Dude, you're not getting that money back. This is like $1 trillion national debt right now that they're throwing at it, and he's like, yeah, let's go, let's dig more. And she's like, you need to watch the budget. He's like, no, not for the perfect striker. I'm
I
like,
think it's a private corporation.
what place are they
I don't
funneling
think
the
it's
money from?
national.
Oil?
Well, like, I mean, if you think about it, like the Dodgers spent millions to get Shohei Ohtani. Like that's not unheard of that a team or an organization can have a lot of funding for
The Japanese
stuff like
Football
this.
Association is sort of footing the bill for this.
Yeah, so they're one part of it, but also you think about how many sponsors and how that all plays into it. You can easily see. I'm not saying they have an enormous budget. Clearly, they had big enough to fund all of this, but the way I read it from the conversation they had to their board members was that this was privately funded to some extent.
Who's funded them? Scrooge McDuck?
Well, that's what they're. I mean, they're not trying to go into that because it's not
It's
super
not that
relevant to
important.
the plot. Yeah, like it was just.
I don't know.
It was
Maybe
just
Ego's a trust
mentioned.
fund baby.
Well, I mean, they mentioned they have the board there. They have that conversation, and like just knowing what we know about how sports functions in general, there's a lot of ad revenue in that, and if this works, they could make a ton of money off of it. They could
Man,
make
this
a
is
lot of money
totally
off
the
of this.
opposite of Moneyball.
Could you imagine this is basically just the Truman Show, but with soccer, and they're all watching these kids play on the internet and streaming it, and none of them know, and they got all this stuff. Aside from that, and my jokey comments on that, he created an AI soccer player using hard light holograms. Dude, you have. If you created that, you could have solved world hunger. You could have like solved like almost all diseases, but no,
But you
he
can care
threw
about
all of
that.
that
You care
money.
about soccer.
I don't
You
want to
threw
solve
all
all
of
the
that
world's
money.
diseases.
Like,
I
I get
want to
what you're
make an
saying.
AI goalie.
Yeah, from what you're seeing, what from Ego's perspective, everything he's doing is perfectly logical for his goals. He's using the resources he has to meet his goals. I think it makes perfect sense. He's not trying to solve the world's problems. He's trying to make the perfect striker, and he's come up with the best. He's come up with a really masterful plan towards it. And obviously, it's like a huge season that's a hit, so it works at some point.
Mm. Can I go over his financial records? Because I think that's a
I
better,
I
a
am.
fun
I'm
time with
gonna.
this instead of watching these kids play soccer and try to shoot
Yeah,
a goal 80 times to 100 to see if
I'm
they can
gonna be an
advance to the
ego
next part.
defender here. Like, I get like we can't apply our modern ideas about like appropriate use of budget to something like this. I feel like for what he's doing, it's kind of brilliant.
This was written in 2018, by the way.
Yeah. And he the fact that he doesn't care, he's not really worried about accountability shows his level of confidence is pretty high that he's gonna be successful.
Well, of
So
course he doesn't
I
care about
admire it.
accountability.
No, I admire it. I'm not I am gonna be an ego defender here in this case. I feel like this is what he's, yeah, it's deranged, but everybody accepted this when they joined this. Like that was all they all had to sign papers. They didn't just, get kidnapped. They made a choice. So if they want to leave, they could leave anytime.
Yeah. R Dragon. What are your thoughts on this episode of Blue Box?
Okay, so I was a bit I wasn't really interested in the trying to score goals part of the episode.
Nobody
But
was.
yeah,
No.
the but then yeah, Nagi just joining the team, and that's gonna be interesting.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm I think there is quite a bit of a versatility with this round robin thing, because who knows who's going to join and who's going to leave. There's supposed to be, I think they said 5 rounds.
Oh boy, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here for 30 episodes, I feel like.
And yeah, and then we're introduced to these new characters, and definitely made an interesting first impression. There's the guy who's number 3 and is terrified that he's going to be left behind because he's in a team with 1 and 2. And then number 2 is Glam.
Yeah.
And then number 1, I can definitely see why he's number 1. I also thought he was a bit of a jerk with that impression that he left there. And then Isagi is just like, I want him. And, well, we're gonna see how that's gonna work out. But, I'm having a fun time.
I think we're all having various degrees of fun with this
Yeah.
show.
Depends on
It's
the
enjoy-
episode.
It's better than it's been, but it's all right.
And Laser, what are your thoughts on this episode?
Oh, I enjoyed the matchmaking like everybody else. It was interesting to see how that plays out. We're definitely playing up the egos here, with Ego playing his ego games. Ego is maniacal but fun.
Mhm.
I swear to God, if he makes new teams and they make them wear blue, I swear. But yeah, interested to see where it goes. You guys have pretty much said most of the things I would have said, but it didn't hit me hard. I didn't dislike it. It was fine. It was enjoyable. I just don't have anything mind blowing to say about it.
Anything you agree or disagree with specifically?
I mean, I agree with the matchmaking being the interesting side. I agree the ego's crazy as hell. But that's what
Crazy
makes it interesting.
smart. It's crazy
Yeah,
smart.
it's what makes it fun, though. He is what makes this show. He's the enjoyable kind of you watch the crazy play out, you know?
True. I guess we'll see what happens next, and hopefully we're not stuck watching uninspired soccer matches for a while.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to come up with something different than what it was, so to keep it interesting as a viewer.
True. True. With that, I believe we can move on to a couple of very good episodes of Tokyo Revengers.
Yes,
Oh,
they were
yeah.
intense. So buckle in. We're gonna start with episode 11, Respect. So back with the situation of Kiyomasa being knocked out and Takamichi's friends coming to save him. The sirens close in, and thus Kiyomasa's gang flees, leaving him behind because he deserves it. I hope he gets arrested. Hinata and Emma bring the medics to Takamichi and Draken, who are immediately rushed to the hospital. Meanwhile, we see back with the rest of the gang that Toman has defeated Mobius, and only Mikey and Hanma are still standing. And at that point, Hanma makes a retreat before the police can arrive, and he ominously announces something about the rise of Valhalla and calls himself a vice commander. Okay, dude, you do you. Back inside the ambulance, Draken thanks Takamichi, but suddenly he goes into cardiac arrest, forcing the medics to perform emergency CPR on him. And as they get to the hospital, he goes into surgery, and the kids all wait anxiously as the other head gang members arrive, including Mikey. And for some reason, inexplicably, Pet is there. Seriously, fuck that dude. What is he doing there? No. We can be forgiving, but let's not be crazy. You are you are the cause of this nonsense.
No kidding.
Anywho, as they all wait anxiously, the surgery is successful and Draken does survive, which sparks a celebration amongst the Tomon members. At that point, Pe, who is rightfully burdened with guilt, he learns from Mitsuya that Draken deeply cares for Pa and has been trying to visit him and, actually making a fucking effort. And so he resolves to apologize to him and the rest of the gang. I guess that makes everything better. Gee, thanks. Anywho, as they're leaving, they all realize it's past midnight, making it August 4th, and Takamichi then realizes that he has in fact changed the past and saved Draken. So he's celebrating it and then goes off to find Mikey and finds him having a private moment where he's crying in relief. So he leaves him have that moment, which makes sense. He's a stoic guy, but he's a deep well too. So days passed, and it turns out Takamichi has gained some recognition and a reputation for his bravery and his actions against Kiyomasa and saving Draken, and it makes his head swell a little bit. He becomes a little bit, big-headed about it. But he visits Draken, who calls him out, calls him a dumbass for it. Don't let that shit get to your head. Right for him. Rightfully so. But then he gives Tomon's founding uniform to Takamichi, which is a gift from Mikey as a thank you for saving his life, and tells him he can go find him on the rooftop. As he heads to the rooftop, we see Mikey expressing some unease about the situation with Hanma and Kiyomasa. He's got the wheels turning, and he's wondering the same things we want to know, which how this all came to pass, how they knew, etc. But he also questions Takamichi's foresights through all of this. And he kind of stutters. He doesn't really have an answer for him in the moment. And so Mikey glazes over it and then ultimately expresses his gratitude towards Takamichi, which, yeah, what more can you do? At that point, Takamichi decides that his mission is complete. He goes to meet He goes to Hinata's house, where he gives her a necklace with a 4-leaf clover pendant as a thank you, and then returns to the present by shaking Naoto's hand, wishing everybody good luck. So back in the future, he wakens at his old job, so it looks like he's not fired in this new future, but a couple things seem to have changed. He's got the scar on his hand. There doesn't appear to be any evidence of Hinata dying when he checks for the article, but he doesn't have Naoto's number. He's not able to call him to check. And he realizes he's got an appointment with his friend Atsushi, who turns out has pursued hairstyling just like he suggested, and he looks a lot healthier. He looks like an older version of the Atsushi we know and love. So at that point, Naoto gives him a call, and it confirms with him on the phone that the timeline has changed. Hinata is alive, and Takamichi feels completely optimistic as he prepares to meet her. It's a very happy ending, everything wrapped up episode, right? Yes. So before we move on, let's talk about this episode specifically and how we felt with everything being wrapped up in this moment. I want to start with our dragon without moving on to what happened afterwards. What did you think? Any thoughts about this episode? Did you have any feelings go at the end of it about, oh wow, everything's worked out?
So
or what?
I was thinking, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop,
Yeah.
because it felt, yeah, this is too happy of an ending too soon. there's something we're not seeing. And then when he gets back to the present, it it seems like so I it's better than it was, but it still seems like things fell apart for him again at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's notable that his life doesn't seem to be any different. His life specifically. He's
Mhm.
working at the same job. Um he's not he's hasn't been in touch with Hinata, given that, that would have been apparent right away.
Yep.
Um so I think you're correct in that. Sure, he in the moment he pushed back a possible event, but it didn't change the trajectory of his own life, which is interesting. I think it's
Mhm.
also interesting. I think you picked up on something bigger. A bigger point here is that he's so busy manipulating events to help other people, he's not even taking charge of his own life. So that's why he's ending up back here.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
We got there together.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Pe and this whole, like, let's forgive him for betraying the gang? You know how I feel about it.
So, yeah, I do feel like it came a little bit too easy. I think he probably needed to work for it a little bit more.
Mhm. Any other thoughts about this episode specifically?
Uh,
Respect.
no, no.
Laser, what'd you think about this episode?
Man, this is the episode we were waiting for so long.
Mhm.
Finally, things are going right. Finally, all this effort is proved. Yes. Now, I'm not dumb. I could tell there was another shoe to drop. Dragon and I, and actually Archangel, who's talked about this before with us, we were all watching this together, and I immediately said, "Oh no, this ain't done. This show's got several seasons left. There's no way it's done." But at the same time, this proves that they're not locked. That, it felt for so long in the middle of the fight to save Draken that it was just a doomed effort. There's nothing you could do because everything that was being tried just didn't work or backfired or went the wrong way, and they couldn't save anybody. And it was really sad, really frustrating, depressing. And now we can see, yeah, no, you can make a difference. Now, I love to point out that his life hasn't been changed at all. That's a really good thought that I didn't cross my mind at the moment of it. But it's still interesting to see that, he was able to make a significant difference by what he did.
Mhm.
And it's just really also really nice to see him happy.
For the
Um,
moment, yeah.
for the moment. He works so hard to save absolutely everyone. This is clearly something he really wants to do. And getting to see him at least taste victory, if not get it,
Mhm.
man, I really enjoyed it. It made me feel happy. All the little happy chemicals bouncing in my head going, yeah, you did it! The logical part of me going, but,
There's
but
still more plot.
there's still 2.5 seasons left. We're not even on season one. There's still like, a whole season and then several sequel seasons. Yeah, we're not done.
Yeah. But he saves his friend.
He does.
And that means that is something he he knows he can do. He's done it. He's made a difference. So, whatever does happen, he can take that with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Akun's doing the stuff, and the girl's alive, and whatever, and even with future knowledge, even with whatever may come,
Yeah.
he's made a difference, which means he can keep making a difference.
Yes. Yes. Indeed.
And I love that.
Yeah. Steven, what are your thoughts on this episode?
It was a heartwarming episode.
It was.
It was like he did what he had to do. He found out, that time had to change. He called up, his friend to shake hands with him so he can go back in time, which it had to been about like midnight. Like, are you waiting the next day, or you seen him down the alley, as he's going to school? Hey, can I get a handshake or something from you? It was cool to see that, but also like just knowing that. So this is not his first time seeing that he can change stuff that happened through time, but seeing that his effect had a difference, right? His interaction, his whatever, had a difference in what ways.
Yeah. He made an impact.
Yeah, he made that impact, and it helped him understand, like, yeah, I'm actually doing the right thing at this point. I am doing this for a reason, and yeah, it was. You could say it was a selfish reason to, just to get back with his girlfriend, or just to save her life. But still, he did it. Pei being there, he didn't need to be there. That kid needed to be in jail for stabbing someone. Not even, Bud, you don't need to be here.
All that
You don't need to
accessory
be
to
in the
attempted
hospital.
murder.
You shouldn't even be in the hospital. So I don't know what people let him off on a technicality or whatever he did. He should not even be in that hospital next to the person and waiting for the person that he stabbed. I understand you might be remorseful,
Kiyomasu
but not
stabbed
that.
him.
Yeah. So
Kiyomasu stabbed him, not Pei. Pei just set him up.
dude, and he's still wearing the same thing, that white sash with his outfit, like he's there as like this martyr and whatever. Dude, you need to just stay out of everyone's life for a little bit to have everyone recover from what you're trying to do. But yeah, other than that, he didn't need to be there. I mean, I get the redemption arc that people like, oh, we'll give you a second chance. Dude, that guy
none of
probably
us
had a
want
couple
that.
second no,
I'm
no
pretty
one
sure
wanted
none
that.
of us wants that redemption arc. None of us care.
No,
You want
no
revenge. This is
I'm
Tokyo
happy-
Revengers, damn it.
I'm happy to have him have an actual
This is
redemption
Tokyo
arc,
Revengers, not Tokyo Forgivers.
Duh.
but he's got to earn that.
Sure,
Yeah,
I guess.
The
If you're
bro
gonna do-
didn't earn that.
I'm
The
not-
bro,
And that's the problem with it right there.
yeah, he didn't earn any of that. He just came to the hospital like, oh, hey, what's going on, man? Oh, I'm worried about him too. No, you're
I
not,
agree with
bud.
Steven. He can join his friend Pa in jail. I'd be fine with that.
Exactly. Both of them
Mhm.
need
Since
to be
he's so
cellmates.
obsessed with him, he should just go to jail with him.
Yep. Yeah. They need to be cellmates together, twins in jail.
Back together with your boyfriend or whatever.
Get the band back together.
Yeah. Otherwise, good episode.
Sketch. That leaves you. Tell me your thoughts about this heartwarming, happy ending. It's all gonna be okay episode.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. Yeah, first of all, get Pei out of there. Get him out of the hospital. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to send him to jail, but he should not be. He should not be there, and he should not be like, okay, come on, let's all go out and celebrate. What?
No, that's disrespectful, man.
Put the guy in the doghouse for a little bit. Otherwise, I feel like other members are gonna be like not okay with that. There could be some ramifications, but I almost feel like they're just not even gonna acknowledge that or gloss over
It's a good
it
thing
or whatever.
Archangel doesn't have his own gang, because I feel like that would be his solution of this.
Yeah, no, Ark would just kill all of them. Yes.
Be like, fuck you, dude.
I appreciate that Mikey is observant enough to be like, hey, there's something up with you. But then he's also flippant enough to be like, whatever, it worked out. Like, what? That was way too dismissive, dude. That's just the way
Yeah,
he
I mean, I
rolls.
guess he could beat it out of him, but I don't think
Yeah.
that Mikey wants to do that too.
No. But he doesn't even press him very much. He's just,
No.
how
That's
did you know
interesting.
that? It's like, I could tell you.
His wheels, his cogs were moving. The wheels were turning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The wheels in the
True.
sky keep on turning.
True that.
And
The
then
other
Mikey's
thing
brain
I
too.
definitely want to talk about is Takamichi's fit in this episode. And by fit, I mean clothing, not his
Oh my
crime.
god. Yeah, that was tragic. That was a fashion crime.
What is this middle school Doflamingo? With his
Oh my god.
Okay, so we were all kind of thinking that the Love and Peace might have been a reference to Trigun. He was wearing pants that said outlaw, and this was like outlaw stuff. And look, those shades with the hair and like the color choices, I really think that the author was homaging Doflamingo there.
The shades and the open shirt were just offensive on a lot of levels.
They were. I love that Draken immediately was like, who died and made you king? I'm still kicking.
He's like, you look ridiculous, and he did.
It's
These
like,
were his
what?
spin facts.
What are you talking about? I'm a living legend.
No. He put him in his place.
Hinata's got to be like really feeling weird about how Takamichi keeps showing up and like, hey, can I talk to your brother? We're just gonna handshake.
And then I'm gonna stand here awkwardly and confused for a moment. You know, so the other Takamichi comes back.
Yeah. Also, when he comes back to his senses in present time and he's just at his day job, I'm like, what? That's weird.
Yeah.
Why didn't he like wake up in bed? What's going on? How does that work? How does any of this work? How does his memory work?
This whole show is light on details. That's just kind of what it does.
Because he definitely changed the past and changed the future. He's got the scar. Man, lucky for him not having to live the recovery period, right? But he still went on and lived a life, and you gotta ask yourself, what kind of choices did he make? And
apparently not very different from the last time.
If the current Takamichi would have made different choices. So part of me is like, dude, why did you go back yet? There's still work to be done.
Yeah. He was tempted. He's tempted to stay, not
like,
for the right reasons.
Why not? You're like, your life is nothing exciting. Why not just do it over? Just do the whole thing over. It's a total half measure. And he's leaving way too much up to chance.
Well, if he did the whole thing over, when he jumps back, he's going to be an old man.
Well, he'll never jump back. That's the thing. He doesn't jump back unless he
would
does
just
the
relive
dancing.
from middle school.
I guess you could do that.
I think that was probably the best choice, even though it's weird that like a 26-year-old mind in a 14-year-old body, but whatever.
Well, I assume he wanted to jump back to see how things went.
It is too bad that his child self can't absorb any of the lessons or wisdom his adult self brings.
That's the problem.
Like, so the things he does that he does make changes for, that's given him like this friendship with Draken, saving the life, standing up to Kiyomasa, something his middle school self would ever do. You'd think when he regains control of this body, some of that would have some residual effect on his psyche. Like, oh, I was brave. I did stand up for myself. I stood up for my girl. But like that doesn't seem to have any residual effect on his choices, which I think is really interesting when he goes back, that like the reversion is just so crippling. The reversion is just completely ineffective for life change. That even like, because if my future self stepped into my past self body, I feel like I would notice immediately the changes that I would have always wanted to make in my life. You know, the mistakes that I didn't want to make. Like if my 20-year-old self took back control of that, I'd be like, oh, okay, oh, that's interesting, and then like kind of absorb these things and take them in. You know, I would think.
Yeah, I guess that's
I
just
don't
not how
know.
it works. And we've already had confirmation that Hinata's picked up that he's not always the same person.
Yeah,
Yeah, she doesn't know why, but she figured it out.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's a smart cookie.
She is.
All right, I really want to talk about this next one.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. No,
let's
this is
get
the
going.
It
this
was
is
it
the
was
one.
nice that he had a moment of, hey, I did it. I changed things. Things are better. And yeah, they are.
It didn't last long. Episode
No.
12, Revenge. Uh, so Naoto takes Takamichi to go see Hinata with him, and he learns that she's a school teacher, which fits. She seems like
Mm-hmm.
like she make a good school teacher. I bet it's like kindergartners or first graders. I don't know. Anyway, at first he's excited, then he gets nervous, and then he realizes, wait, she has no reason to want to see me. She doesn't know I saved her. He just gets all up in his head. And he's like, we're just complete strangers. We haven't spoken in 12 years. I can't do this. And he bails. So as he's kind of leaving and dejected and still in his head about it, but he runs smack into her as she's entering her apartment. And he completely falls apart at this reunion. He just bursts into tears. He's very emotional. And surprisingly, she's very sweet. The first thing she says to him is that, you know, how he has a knack for showing up unexpectedly. And notably, she is wearing the same cloverleaf necklace that he gave her. So then we see a very long sequence of scenes of complete awkwardness where Takamichi has absolutely no idea to interact with her, and she really doesn't quite know how to interact with them. So they kind of stare at each other in the apartment, and Naoto's gonna leave, and Takamichi begs him not to. So he's like, all right, let's go for a drive. But that doesn't really help. But then he has to leave anyway because his job calls him off. So he leaves Hinata to drive his car back with Takamichi. At this point, she's pretty gracious about the whole thing, and she attempts to break the ice. She takes him to a pier. And they're walking together, and she intimates that the person she loved broke up with her and that it was actually him. He is able to surmise based off of, you know, context clues that she still has feelings for him. She loved him, and he's the one who broke up with her. So in true anime fashion, he responds very maturely by running away to the bathroom at this crucial moment.
Oh, brother.
Which I wanted to throw something at the screen when this happened. I was like, this is what you could do? I guess he just really hasn't matured emotionally in the 12 years. And as he's splashing his face, he resolves that he's going to ask her out again. That's what he's going to do. It's all going to be great. We're also excited to see this work out because we know they have feelings for each other, right, guys? But as he's leaving the bathroom, guess who he runs into? A very familiar figure. It's an adult Hanma who makes a disturbing and cryptic comment about, you were supposed to be in the car as well. Takamichi clocks this and immediately rushes back to Hinata, where he sees a van drive into the car and crushes it against the wall. It injures her fatally, as well as the driver, who, as he gets closer, he sees that it's Akun, his friend. His fucking friend who was fine with his hairstyling.
Damn it,
What the
Akun.
fuck? Yeah. Who
I am so mad at this guy.
Still somehow inexplicably has a role in all of this. He once again calls himself just another soldier of Kiseki, which is what he said in the previous timeline when he committed suicide, which is essentially what has happened here. And once again, he asked him to save everyone, and he also indicates that he thought Takamichi would be in the car, that he was supposed to be in the car. At this point, the car explodes, killing Akun, his friend, and then Takamichi tries to go to Hinata to get her out of the car, but she's crushed, her legs are crushed, and she's not able to move, so she's dying. It's pretty awful. At that point, he tearfully expresses his love before it explodes, she pushes him out, and then the explosion knocks him further back. Takamichi is very angry and emotional at this loss. This is a big emotional episode for him. He subsequently pronounces that he's going to go back in time as many times as it takes. He's going to go back over and over again until he can save her. And additionally, he's decided, which is a first for him, that he's going to change something for himself as well, and resolves to become the leader of the Tokyo Manji game, and that will ensure that she lives. So
Mikey will think of that.
Yeah, I have so many thoughts about this episode. I mean, first of all, I'm very convinced that Takamichi's not the only time jumper here. That someone seems to be aware of his effect. The fact that, the cryptic comment that Hanma makes about him needing to be in the car, and even Akun makes about him needing to be in the car, and it just being so important that he die to keep things as they are. I find that to be interesting. I also would point out that if the important part here is keeping him in the present, then killing Hinata would be the antithesis of that. If you're trying to keep this dude from jumping in the past, stop fucking killing his girlfriend, man. There's a thought. I would think like then he wouldn't have any reason to change the past if you left him his girlfriend. Seriously. But I do think that this resolution he's had from this horrible tragedy has sort of overcome what the problem was we discussed about the previous episode, is that he is so busy doing things to change for everybody else, he hasn't really done anything to change himself. So this is the first time we see him make a decision about his life trajectory. He's going to go back not just to save the people he loves, but to put himself in a position of power where it won't be a possibility, which is really interesting. I'm not sure this will be the way to make it happen, but I do find that to be I do find that to be like a good thing for him in this moment. He's taking an empowering stance for himself in the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Sketch. How did you feel about this extremely upsetting and emotional episode? It was a bit of whiplash from last time.
Why didn't
from
he?
This time.
Okay, first of all, why did he go and leave her just to run off to the bathroom? Like, dude, come on, man, dude, come on. And then why didn't he immediately go to her in the crushed car instead of chatting it up with the assailant? I understand the plot reasons, but priorities.
Yeah. Save your girl first.
I mean, I guess that was ultimately pointless because he wasn't going to be able to pry her out of there because she needed the jaws of life or something. But man, but the thing that really stood out to me, other than the obvious indication that somebody else knows about him messing with time, is that when Hinata's talking about how she broke up with that guy, I think she's talking about the other Takamichi, and she's acknowledging that this isn't the same Takamichi.
I think you might be onto something there.
Dang.
It could be somebody else, but like that's what fits to me. I mean, obviously she still loves him. They made that very clear in their final moments, but dang man, like I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that.
I don't think. How could you be?
That's pretty
No.
cruel. It's pretty cruel to do that to us.
Yeah. And Akun, why? Akun, why?
I am actually beyond pissed off at him at this point. Bro, grow a spine. If Takamichi can deal with all of this crap, what you doing, guy? What are you so afraid of that you literally kill your friend and yourself over? What do they hold over you that's worse than death?
Exactly. Yeah. That what possible hold could you have to make somebody that do something so extreme? That's what I'm struggling with.
Yeah. Gosh, that's upsetting. I do appreciate that Takamichi immediately is like, wait, Hina's in the car. Like, thank you. Thank you for using your brain. Too bad you didn't use it more.
Yeah.
At least now he knows that she still liked him all those years later.
I did appreciate that he took the time to make sure she knew he loved her too, right
Mhm.
before he left. Because yeah, he's gonna be time jumping, but until he solves that, that's gonna be the last thing she hears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it was all she wanted to hear.
What? How could she need anything else? Like, of course she needs to hear that.
Hmm. Well, I mean, in the present case, there isn't anything else really he could do for her.
No.
Well, and he's still going to keep encountering this problem with his past self being a little asshole if he can't
Mhm.
make the changes that are lasting on his own personality, then he's going to keep running into the same problem. I don't know what the solution is for that. I don't know. You write a note to himself, be like, dude, this is what's
Dude, come
happening,
on.
and you're making it really hard for me to make these things stick. So
He
you
should
are
at
part of the
least try.
solution. Yeah.
You should be your
Talk to
name
your
in this
other
shit,
self.
bro. Talk to your former self.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that'll work or how that'll
Leave
play
notes.
out.
Well, I
But-
mean, let's be honest though. Would his former self even believe the note?
His former
Well, I
self
mean,
does
all
seem
these
like a
all these
little idiot.
implausible things are happening to him. You know, maybe it might register. I don't know. I'm not really quite sure I understand the logic of any of this to begin with.
I
mean,
really would like to
he
see the
touches someone hand in
perspective.
crime cover. Yeah.
The perspective of the other him.
I
Who
would
keeps
love
having
that.
these big changes in their life. I mean, like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm friends with this top dog now, and I just saved this guy's life, and like does he just keep blacking out in his mind? It's like I keep doing cool things I don't remember.
It's the best thing ever. I don't have to remember what I did, but everybody loves me.
Yeah, basically.
Well, even like the present day Takamichi's memories are pretty fuzzy. It takes him a while to kind of catch up in the in between, too. So there is a
Yeah,
lag.
That's true.
what memories does he even have of that time? Is the
He
thing.
had the wrong memory of even breaking up with Hinata. He thought that she broke up with him, and she's saying that no, you broke up with me. So it's there's definitely a discrepancy that hasn't caught up with the present.
This is a big problem. Yeah, very intriguing. I can't hardly wait to see where this goes. But
Yeah.
I definitely question if trying to become the head of the organization is really the way to go here, dude.
Yeah, as do I. He's a little impulsive.
You think?
Yeah.
That's definitely who he is.
He's a strange combination of extremely impulsive and extremely passive.
Yeah.
He's passive impulsive.
Passive impulsive.
He's emotionally
There's an episode
immature.
title for you.
Yeah. Dragon, what did you think about this incredibly heartbreaking episode?
Well, first of all, ow.
Mm,
Yeah. Yikes.
pain.
And
I didn't want to go too deep into it because it gave me so much ick. You guys know how I feel about that stuff.
I'm sure you were just squirming looking at that.
I was like
Oh,
watching the
man.
screen with my hand over part of it, like, I don't need to see any more of this. uh, but yes, you were saying.
yeah, oh boy, did that other shoe drop. Uh, and yeah, it was really interesting to see how he didn't remember the time in between, or because he didn't remember the time in between the past and the present, he doesn't know what all has changed.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that can really blindside him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, with the whole you were supposed to be in the car thing, I didn't I didn't actually consider the time travel potential other time traveler angle. I was just thinking, how did they know
That was that's
where
my
he was?
conspiracy theory. I could be wrong. That's just my theory. My little pet theory.
It makes sense.
And yeah, the stuff with Akun, uh, yeah, w- whatever's going on, the past is not going to be that easy to change.
Can you imagine how devious that is that he saw him earlier that day and he just acted like everything was fine. Like, damn,
Oh
like
yeah,
that is cold. That's cold. Like, I don't know if I could go back to the past and not carry that resentment with me.
yeah,
Honestly, the way I see it is like this guy. I'm not gonna say this guy. He's got a name, Akun.
Atsushi's his real name, Akun's his nickname. But yeah.
Uh, he's kind of a real cow. We've spent a lot of time hearing about how Takamichi's a coward. He's not a coward. This man is anything but a coward. But you want a coward? That's Akun.
Yeah.
And I didn't blame him last go. I could see what he was scared of there. He was scared because he's got himself in too deep and he could get himself killed and he was afraid of what was going on. And then
Mhm.
he jumped to protect what was Takamichi. I had a lot of respect for that even though it was really sad.
Well, at least you understand it, if nothing else. You understand his
Exactly.
motivation. This just buggers the imagination. It
It
doesn't make any
does.
sense.
What is he trying to achieve here?
There's a deep level of hopelessness there.
I mean, what does he gain? What was taken from him if he doesn't do this? Because like it's not just that he turned on a friend, which is also really dumb.
mhm.
He killed himself in the process. What does he gain from that? Do they have like a relative of his captive or something? Like that's the only thing I can think of. But this guy has seen Takamichi stand up, fight against all odds to save Draken. He saw that. And this guy who saw that level of courage goes, no, I'm just going to die and I'm going to kill my friend with me and I'm not going to stand up and fight at all. Bro, grow a pair.
And this just kind of makes me wonder, uh, whoever's behind all this, why do they want Takamichi and Hina gone so bad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great question. Great question.
Agree. Steven.
Yeah, I got thoughts on all of this stuff, man. I was having like live tweeting this. I went from like happiness to just no, no. What is this
Having
show doing to us?
patience, like you're gonna give me a fucking heart attack, show.
Yeah, Brittany's, consoling me in the Discord, just going through it, trying to say it's okay, it's okay. I'm like having a fit every time. Just seeing that going from like, oh no, what are they doing? You're supposed to be in the car. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna kill her off again. And it's like, I don't know. That was like sad with Hinata just being there. It's like that awkward moment. It's like it does make you think like they should have talked in that moment. Like there was a lot of regret and everything in there in that weird in between of like at the house and in the car and everything else. It's like I'm glad that they had that time at the end, but it there was a lot of stuff not said and they should have said something, at least said hi or something, or except the weather. Um,
Mhm.
and then yeah, that whole thing at the end, like, it's it is just stupid. It is just stupid. I was thinking, well, maybe Hinata and Akun are fixed points that they have to die.
Mhm.
I don't think so, but I mean, maybe
Oh no,
that
the canon event theory.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
That
gosh.
yeah. But right, they're fixed points, right? They
It
have to
is a
die no
very
matter what
yeah,
happens.
there is a Final Destination bit to it too. I
Mhm.
would agree. I kind of wondered that.
Yeah, I was always thinking too in the beginning, I think I mentioned it with the first time that it does feel like Quantum Leap, that there's another leaper, an evil leaper to
Evil
put
Leaper.
wrong, put right was once wrong, right? Going through it and knowing. So someone does know, or someone is leaping from the past, changing it, but with Akun, something had to change because it does think, right? You do see the plot point of how Takemichi changed his life. He is now going to become, a hairstylist, whatever he's going to do, and then go through there, and it does work. But then something happened within that still didn't change him from the past on that. So it could have been, I mean, as simple as he owes a loan, right? And this is he has to pay up his loan, and this is what it is. The first time he's under some type of management. I mean, maybe that haircut place, was owned by all of those people, the bad
The
ones. I don't
Yakuza
know.
owns the hair
Yeah, yeah,
salon.
the hair, yeah,
It's
the
a very
yakuza owns it.
Sicilian mob.
Yeah. Yo, you want a haircut over here or what? Um, maybe, I don't know, but there's something they're holding against, Akun to do that, to put his life in that such a situation that he would had to do that. And now, since he's, Takamichi is destined to go back in time to fix this and everything else, I'm never gonna trust him to get a haircut from that guy again, right?
Oh,
Or
Hey,
quite frankly,
Atsuchi, we want you to
anything
take a
else.
little more if you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, still, it does show that his actions are working, but I mean, if it happens one more time, they have to die. Now, having Takamichi not dying in between there because it does
Somebody's been
throw a
trying to
wrench.
kill him since the beginning.
Yeah, it doesn't. My evil leaper theory doesn't work as well, but maybe they don't know him back then, or someone's working against it. There's something going on. Maybe he's the
Ooh,
only
ooh,
person that can jump back in time.
oh, you made me
But
think of something. You
yeah, go ahead.
prompted another crazy theory, Steven. What if this whole timeline is the alternative timeline and the OG one had everything going right and and including
Ooh.
Takamichi and everything, there's a completely different future And so the evil Leaper changed things to make his life not good or whatever, somehow orchestrated that, and now that he's trying to undo it, like I don't know, this is a little bit like flat earther of me. I apologize, but like you got me thinking with your evil Leaper theory, like how deep does this go?
It has to go. Yeah, no, it has to go pretty deep to some extent, but still, there's someone working against him to do that because it doesn't make sense that his exact timeline, is exactly the same. It doesn't make sense. There has to be consistencies and inconsistencies of what he's doing. He's still doing the same stuff. I mean, the only thing that changes, he didn't get fired from the job. That was the only thing when he went back that time. He was still
Hinata was alive.
Yeah.
And Aku wasn't a gangster. He was a hairstyle.
So there's something there. He's still cutting hair for gangsters out there, but he's
not running a strip club. He was running a strip club before.
I mean, he was probably making more money doing that than doing the haircut place. I mean, he's just working for tips at that point.
Yeah, but he looked like a cocaine addict the first future.
Oh yeah, So it wasn't the best. But I mean, maybe Takemichi is going in different timelines, right? He's jumping past. He's doing the what was it? The Back to the Future thing. He went to the one where
went to the
Biff became president, or something like that. So who knows? I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, I'm extremely sad.
It makes you think, and I think what you said about the fixed points, it did have me wonder whether or not that is true or ends up being true. It's a consistency that can't be ignored. It was a little Final Destination-y, and that was something that occurred to me when it happened. Like, again, we're dealing with this again, Especially because they seem to be events that are prompting him to go back and make changes. So if there is an alternative, if there is somebody working against it, then orchestrating this seems counterintuitive. But that's only if we're working on the assumption there is another Leaper. This may be just someone exceptionally smart in the past who is working towards the future. We don't know. We don't know.
And we have our next date, right? It's Christmas or New Year's Eve. It's one of them because that's when he breaks up with her. So is that the next kind of like, the last time was August 1st or something like that. So our next one is like, that's his destination to see when he, can go back in time to see if it worked. I don't know.
Yeah. Mr. AJ Tibb wrote in the comments, I consider this one of the most depressing episodes of fiction that exists, knowing that there's more story after Lessons of Blow, but for me watching on release day, I thought he was going to rush back, confess, and the show would be over. But when Hanma showed up saying, you were supposed to be in the car, I was in full panic mode. I agree.
Yeah.
Not about the finishing. I obviously knew there's more story, but like, holy crap, that was devastating.
Super intense.
Oh, yeah.
What? Here's a crackpot theory. What if all of these horrible things are just because somebody really, really wants Takemichi to confess his feelings to Hinata and live happily ever after?
Yo.
Because that's what he's being passive about, right?
Okay. And that's the thing that fixes everything. Disney Ever After.
Love wins in the end.
Is it Hinata's brother? Because he's the only one that can time travel. Is he the evil Leaper?
Brother?
Can you imagine? That would be the most devious shit ever if it was.
Oh man!
He did just leave before that because he was called away. That does. No, I don't think it's him.
No, but, I'm not a Naoto conspiracist. I think that he's going to be critical and resetting. Like, they need to come up with a better plan here. Adult Naoto needs to be a bit more proactive and helping adult.
We need to get this
Takemichi.
man. We need to get Takemichi some combat training for real.
Some self-defense lessons and a little bit more investigative prowess when he goes back. He needs to work on a couple of his skills.
Yep.
Yeah, go back with intention, not just I'm going to save people, like specific goals.
Have a plan, dude.
Yeah.
Have a plan.
Yeah. Oh, Stray J Tibrits, another comment. Also, some details. The Hummer was following them after they left the apartment. How time travel works. It's like a rubber band. You can stretch it, but it will bounce back, which means you need to stretch it to the point where it breaks. The ending animation foreshadows this episode, which is why I'm upset that they fast forward it. Yeah. That's interesting. That's an interesting thought. I didn't think of it that way. I do find that like
the ending does foreshadow.
with a lot of with like fiction time travel, there's a lot of directions you can go with it. So whatever they're choosing, they have to stay consistent with how they're choosing to approach this time travel. So like if you've watched a lot of time travel fiction, it's hard to you have to really pick up on the rules of this specific show and to understand it without like applying what other logic you might be able to apply, so that's been where I've been trying to stay focused instead of like but this logic this. So we'll see what happens. I need to know what happens. This is gonna kill me. This is gonna be a rough ride because then we had to go through a whole bunch of episodes of the Draken drama, and now we're gonna have to. I don't even know where this is gonna lead. No
This
idea.
is better than watching goals being shot by Pepsi Man.
So much. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, this was. Oh god, the fact that it's pulled us in this much says so much about it.
I want to like switch things up and like rotate a couple characters. Like I want to throw Bachara back in the cat pass to cause chaos. Put Gigi and Blue Lock to like
just
dominate. Win. Yeah. Like let's just rotate some of these characters around a little bit and see what happens. Well, that's all she wrote for tonight. I think unless you have anything to add, Sketch, or a guest Dragon has anything to add.
I don't think so.
No. Next week's Dawn to Dawn is quite a treat. Look forward to it.
Oh.
Bet you never thought you'd hear the lead singer of Dragon Force on Toonami.
Oh boy, here we go. I know what episode it is now.
Mm-hmm. And Toonami also teased that they will be showing off a special preview of Mortal Kombat 2.
Which I'm 100% going to see. I'm totally seeing that movie. It looks fucking awesome.
Johnny Cage, baby!
Yeah, I'm not expecting like cinematic masterpiece. I'm there for action and blood. And that's what I expect.
I think you'll get that much and more.
Exactly.
But certainly no less.
Get over here! I can't do it. I'm sorry. Someone else do it better.
Get over here!
There we go.
Finish him.
Friendship again.
Friendship-tality.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Made me so happy. You don't even know.
Big
the nerd in me. Yes. You know the actor too? I cannot believe he agreed to do that role. He's like he's won Emmys. This is an award-winning actor, the Japanese one, and like he's doing this cheesy shit, and I love that for him so much. Like he can pick his own roles, and he's like, I'm gonna play this because I want to.
I'm gonna be rated.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. You do you. But
Good
everyone should watch Shogun. Go watch Shogun.
Good for him. I still need to.
I watched like the first 2 episodes though. It's really good.
Yeah. It's like watch it all in 1 week.
Dudes, we're in Shogun. All right. You can email us at podcast@toonami.com. Follow us on facebook.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast and on Twitter @Toonami Podcast. You can listen to the podcast on just about everything, including Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Podbay, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Radio.com, Spotify, and the TuneIn app. And you can find every episode of the podcast to stream online at the same place they found the encrypted clinical trails on Razzlerus. SoundCloud.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. Trails on Razzlerus? I almost made it. I keep messing this up. You can get the latest news by following at Toonami.com on Blue Sky and at Toonami News on Twitter, and read the news, views, and reviews on ToonamiFaithful.com. Our Dragon is our guest. Tell us where they can find you.
I'm usually only active on Discord, and I have a Twitch channel that I haven't used in a bit, Our Dragon's Den.
Good name.
Yeah, I like that.
What kinds of things were you streaming?
So I usually tend to play RPGs and other
Nice.
story-driven type games.
On
Solid
brand.
choices.
All right. Cool. Well, do you have VODs available still?
So I've got some older VODs on my YouTube channel, which is just R Dragon 1.
All right. Steven, tell the folks where they can find you.
Yo, you can find me on every social media platform under MXA Goes. I am the ghost who walks, and I actually do walk.
Oh, I like
aside,
that. That's a good one.
aside from that, yeah, if you want to find me, you can follow me. Otherwise, you don't have to. You can still free roam the internet like most people do and go past me. Otherwise, you'll hear my stupid wanderings in mind stuff about what I think about.
Laser, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at LaserKid Prime. You can find me on Blue Sky at LaserKid. And you can find me on my podcast, The Simuldub Saints, where me and my podcast co-host Archangel, who's been on here a couple times, talk about Simuldub anime. We just put out an episode with Sketch Guesting where we talked about the upcoming and current, rather at this point, slate of spring Simuldubs. It's Isekai season, y'alls.
Mm-hmm. Kuro, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me either on Blue Sky or on Twitter at Happy Kuro Kitty. And true to my name, I will not fill your feed with negativity or bullshit. I tend to stick mostly with my garden and my cats, and I'll retweet beautiful artwork that I see. But it's a positive place. I'm trying to keep the internet polite and positive in my own little world and share that with you if you follow me. So, yeah, Sketch, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Sketch1984, and I'm on Sky Sketch1984. I must say, both those platforms offer their pros and cons, but I feel like Blue Sky is getting, at least my feed on Blue Sky is getting really political.
Oh yeah, no, that's I've been.
It's just the opposite side of things.
I'm having my Twitter getting really political.
Twitter has been for a long time.
Twitter has that
but
side of it.
Now my feed is getting political, which is annoying. Like that's not what I'm there for. I have other sources for that. I don't need to be on Twitter or Blue Sky for that.
I've found something. If you interact with like any post, that's gonna feed the algorithm to show you more of that.
Yeah.
So I have to be careful about what I sent. Like I even like send things to my own DMs just as a bookmark. I know there's a bookmark system, but I just send them to my DM so I can find them later.
My
And
bookmarks are
that will
90% recipes.
if I send something to my DMs that's like a particular character's art, I'm just gonna see more and more of that character in my feed. So
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
that's be
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly what I do with Common Writer stuff. Like, I don't want to see any of the stuff on X with all that stuff going on. And, like, I'll see
Yeah.
some things about it. But if I heard it, like it, and the more things I like, the more times the feed will give me that algorithm of, like, hey, but the farther down you go, the more of it gets all muddied in the water. You can go on the For You page and click on the news things that you don't want to see. So there's politics on there, there's crypto, there's all kinds of stuff that like you can click off and on. It reduces it a lot, but not as much. But if you interact with the stuff you like on that For You page, then you should be okay and not be able to see anything you want once you check in, because every time you reload the app, it gives you more things with that instead of if you stay on it and keep scrolling and doom scrolling all the way to almost like the bottom of it where it's like has nothing down there and it's all like, whatever stuff you don't want to see.
The abyss
Yeah.
of the
To
internet.
stop doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Scroll with intention.
Scroll with intention, yes, or don't scroll at all.
Mm-hmm. Go
Pick
read
up a
book.
book. Go play a video game. Watch a
Yes.
show.
Yeah.
Talk to another person on
Mhm.
the phone or in person.
Any of these things are good
Any
options.
of these things. Go take a walk. Play with your animals. There's so many better things to do.
Yes.
And that is a public service announcement from Toonami Faithful. Thank you.
And don't forget to listen to our podcast. You could do that on a stroll or while doing other activities. We don't
Yeah.
mind. We don't mind being your background noise. Let
Nope.
our mouth noises be your background noise.
Oh my gosh.
I bet you didn't think I was going to start that again.
No, I haven't forgotten the mouth noise.
No one ever does.
Nope.
That needs to be a new slogan.
That's the only
Toonami Faithful.
time I've.
Listen to our mouth noise.
That's the only time I've ever been annoyed with Jason ever. The only time. I was salty about that for a while.
You hear that, Jason?
He doesn't care. He's nor should he. He's like way above anything I'll ever be. But I just remember like being salty about that.
And
Not
rightfully so.
necessarily, probably, maybe.
It's all good. We got a good room.
Oh yeah. No, he's good people. We love Jason here.
Gil, why do you keep hiding?
We would
Come
love you
say
too.
hi.
We haven't talked to you in so long, Gil.
We miss you.
We miss you, Gil.
Handsome fella, bring your face on this podcast.
Okay. Thank you again for listening, whether you are listening as we're recording live, which we've made a regular habit of. Hope you enjoy that, because we're still doing it. Or if you're listening in podcast form or on YouTube, on Spotify, I've already rattled off all the places you can listen.
And if you listen live, there's a chance we will include any comments you make in the live chat as part of the conversation, so you can effectively join us as we've done with other live listeners. If that suits your schedule, you're invited.
Yeah. It's part of the
Join
fun for us. We like to hear your thoughts because, other perspectives can really add to the conversation. So thank you, Mr. AJ Tibbs, for offering great feedback commentary on Tokyo Revengers this week. Very useful. Because we don't pick up on everything. We're only human.
We have our own biases. They are our own, but the more people you have, the more you find.
Yeah, we get when we have these conversations, having each of us say our piece there's always something that one person will pick up that can contribute to the larger conversation, which is nice.
All right. Thank you all for listening. Please share the podcast with your friends if you think they would be interested. And until next time, and I say this with full sincerity, I'm not being silly here. I think what we learned in this episode of Tokyo Revengers is if you care about someone, tell them. You'd
Hi,
like
Craig.
to think that.
No, it only takes once to make you not forget again.
I forgot twice.
Oh, okay. The second time was not with me there then.
No, I suppose it wasn't. It's probably why. It's all your fault, girl.
It is
'Cause
my
you
fault.
weren't
Why
there.
is it glue on the chair? What the fuck? What?
All right.
Oh, it's nail polish. Never mind, that's my fault. My bad. Sometimes I do that when you're doing the recaps. I'll paint my nails. I confess, I do. It doesn't keep me from not listening.
Well, I don't paint my nails, but I've definitely been known to do some other activity while you're doing your recaps. So
Okay, so we're both
So fair
guilty
is
of
fair.
it.
Fair is fair. Look, it's it's multitasking. It's also a very good time to get up and have a little break.
Oh, I mean, I assume when someone goes mute that's exactly what's happening, and I give everybody complete. That's everybody's prerogative. It can be hard to sit here straight for an hour and a half.
Yeah, when I go mute, that's usually because I'm coughing.
That too.
Welcome to Confession Day on the Toonami Faithful podcast.
Oh shit!
We're live. The people
We are
can hear
live.
us.
They can hear us. They're hearing our dirty little secrets.
Ooh.
might be painting my nails.
What color?
Clear, always clear.
It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
a while,
You
but
go with
I've
the clear
also
face.
had.
No, I'm not that talented.
Yeah.
Been a while, but I used to have like a transformer or two on the side table and just transform back and forth when I'm sitting there waiting.
Okay, that's actually funny.
Transformer, the original fidget spinner.
Yes.
I have one, and in the old days, that's what I would do.
I have a
Or
small
with a
army of
fidget
them.
spinner.
Small army of transformers. Both armies.
I'm
But
sure that you do.
I moved my fidget spinner to my other desk, so I don't have access to it. Or else
I
I'd be
have
playing with
I have
that.
some of the Ninja Turtles that turn into baby turtles.
Oh, I've got a. I've got
You're
a.
gonna have to show. You're gonna have to post a picture of that. In the
I've
chat.
got one of those as well. I've got a mutate Donatello.
Yeah, it's the mutation kind. They keep ever since they did that gimmick the first time with the original toy line, they've just repeated it every toy line since. And why wouldn't they?
Oh
Did
yeah,
you
no,
know
it makes
there's
sense.
a fast channel? I found it today.
Yes, there's
yeah.
actually multiple Ninja Turtles fast channels.
There's one on Pluto. I know that.
I'm aware of all of them.
Okay. Good. I'm glad.
There's the Totally Turtles channel on Pluto TV, which is tragically not always Ninja Turtles,
Oh.
even though
Oh,
they have
man.
3 Ninja Turtles, 4 Ninja Turtles cartoon, 5 Ninja Turtles cartoons that they could be playing. I mean, maybe they don't want to play the latest one because it's exclusive to Paramount Plus, but
yeah, but I mean,
they already canceled it, so what's the harm? Just do it.
Oh wow, I
Is
didn't know.
that,
that
is
then-
that your go-to background noise? Is the TNMT fast channel?
It never really was, because they mostly played the 2012 show, which is a bit more story driven. So if I had it on, I would always get engaged. So I would
Fair
usually
enough.
not default to that. But from time to time, I go on the 24/7 Ninja Turtles 1987 channel, which isn't on Pluto. It's on Amazon and some others. It's just the 1987 Turtles 24/7.
Now you're speaking.
For a while, I was even keeping track of which episodes they skipped, because for some reason they skipped some episodes and then they added them into the rotation later. So I had a spreadsheet, because of course I did.
Sounds like a sketch thing to do.
I've
Yeah.
done that for Unsolved Mysteries. So I
But
can
now it's on Me TV Tunes, and I just have
Yeah.
all the DVR'd episodes recorded, so I could pull up any episode. As if I didn't already have 3 other ways to watch the 1987 Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Yeah.
Just whatever's most convenient at the time.
My background is at this point, if I just want something for the background, this is going to sound really silly, but it's a digital copy of an old VHS tape from the 80s. It's just old school Looney Tunes.
Hey, that's awesome.
Really?
It's the one I
That's
grew up with.
interesting. Yeah.
It's the one I grew up
So
watching. with
you have it digital. You go straight to that digitally. You don't like search for something.
So I have the tape, and then I made a DVD copy at some point, and later I just threw that on my Plex server, which is where it lives now, and I know it's there. It's 2 hours of Looney Tunes, and it's not just 2 hours of Looney Tunes, it's a specific 2 hours of Looney Tunes that I was watching as early as 5 years old.
That's interesting.
So you must know all those shorts by heart.
I do.
Yeah.
I
was gonna
absolutely
say.
do.
Yeah.
So that's why it's good background, because I don't have to focus on it. I kind of know what's going on at pretty much all times. But it's nice background.
I mostly use a variety of YouTube videos as background.
Nice.
And then try not to get too distracted by them.
Well, that's the trick with that.
And fail a lot.
Yeah.
My go-to YouTube playlist is one I call the Giggles playlist. It's all the silly things I find.
To my shame, Crunchyroll Fast Channel is one of my go-to background noises, and then also a lot of
I was using that for
Acorn.
a while.
Yeah, I'll do a lot of Acorn and BBC, a lot of mystery
Nice.
shows, a lot of mystery shows, because I've seen them all, so like I know what happens, so I can have it on in the background and just go about my business.
Yeah, it's.
I watch a lot of
I
mystery
do like
shows.
that Crunchyroll Fast Channel. I like it a lot, actually. It's been improving since its initial start, which was a little rough, but still kind of a good way to find shows that you wouldn't otherwise seek out.
Yeah, they got me back into Log Horizon, so I've been watching it. I watched it from the start now. I'm on season 2. Like, I'm actually really enjoying it. I just got mid through the halfway point of season 2, and I'm like, that was a really good episode. This is a good series. I'm just enjoying it so much.
I'm so glad someone else likes Log Horizons. It's hard to find people.
I really need to resume that. I only got halfway through season 1.
It's the nicest mix of like slice of life meets the typical like stuck in a video game thing.
Yeah, I've got like 5 or 6 episodes left in season 2 that I need to catch up and finish.
There's some Spice and Wolf vibes with like, we need to make the economics of this situation work for us, and I'm totally into that.
It's a great balance. Welcome to anime podcast thing. We were talking about other animes.
Yeah,
it's not even Simuldub Saints, because that's not Simuldub.
Yeah, it's not that. The last time that would have been simuldubed was a couple years ago.
Round Table season, yeah. I never saw that. I need to buy that before it disappears.
We should probably finish up this outtake session and get started.
Yes.
Lots of good B-roll.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's do our actual
bonus
intro.
content.
All right, live
bonus
listeners.
content. Paul's always wanted us to make more bonus content. And you know, when it happens organically, you just let it happen.
Oh, yeah.
However, we're on a timetable, so.
And we're live.
And we are indeed live.
Yeah.
So, I trust you guys know what order.
Yes. Yeah, I got it.
I can guess at it, but
know what? No. I'm gonna throw it in the chat real quick, because there is one thing that. I'll just okay. Okay. All right.
I would have guessed right.
Well, I was debating whether or not to have Steven third.
Well, that's the question.
Yeah, that is the question. And this is the answer. Not this time.
Ooh. We fooled you. Complete fabrication.
Indeed. All right. We're starting for real now. Only about 10 minutes into the stream, so not too bad. Whew.
And we're out.
That was a good outtake session. You should keep that and throw that in on the end.
Of course. Of
That was funny.
course.
We're talking about Log Horizon.
Oh gosh.
I mean, when
was
else are we
funny.
going to have an opportunity to talk about Horizon? They didn't put it on Toonami.
No, and
They
it'll
should've.
never be in there. It'll never show up.
Yeah,
They
At this
seem to have
point-
parted ways with their fantasy like a while ago. It's been quite a while since we've had like solid fantasy, straight fantasy on, well, traditional, I should say, on Toonami, right? Like Sword Art Online, I feel like is the last traditional fantasy show.
You might be right.
You
Yeah.
might be right about that. There's a ton of them out there too, like a metric ton of them. They make
Yeah,
so much.
and there's so many varieties. Like they don't have to do the video
yeah.
game thing. They don't have to do. They definitely should not do the isekai. Oh my god, just stay the fuck away from Toonami. Don't do that to me.
Oh gosh, there's so
That's
much.
Everywhere else
isekai.
in the world.
I was easy kite into a vending machine. I was easy kite into
Yeah, I
a
like
slime.
that one though. I love that
Both
one
of those
though.
are peak. I will.
Yes.
No slander for slime isekai or vending machine isekai. No slander.
When's the one we gonna get one? I was easy kite into a plastic folding lawn chair.
I mean, next month.
Sounds about right.
It's got to be coming any day now.
The vending machine one I watched expecting it to be terrible. I'm like, what is this? And then
This
it was
has-
good.
I
Did
don't
they
like
just
the
shoot
phrase.
cans at people?
I don't like the phrase. This has no right to be as good as it is. But yeah, that's the vending machine.
That's how our Ark and I describe it, and we say so lovingly.
Is it supposed to be like tongue in cheek? Is it supposed to be funny?
A little
Yes and
bit.
no. The thing of it is, the main character is a literal vending machine, like otaku before he gets reincarnated.
Yeah.
So like he knows all the different vending machines, and the whole what makes it work is he uses different types of vending machines to solve varying problems given his way.
The anthropomorphization of this is disturbing me a little bit. I won't lie.
Well,
Like
he
it's an
can't really
animate
talk to them.
object.
He can because he has pre-programmed statements, but he can't like full on communicate with them. So there's also that.
It's weird. It's weirding me out.
It's funny. It's silly. It's clever in a lot of good places. I wouldn't call it top tier, but it's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see an episode of that vending machine anime where he just like thinking, I don't know how to tell these people that they're going into trouble. And he just goes, dispensing corn soup.
My God.
That's closer to accurate than you might think.
Yes, that's actually not far off from accurate.
Oh my gosh.
He will use it, like literally he uses his phrases to talk to them, like yes is hello there and no is too bad.
Too bad.
Too
I
bad.
forgot about that. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
All right,
Weird.
I gotta check because I got groceries to pick up in the next 30 minutes, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
been
Don't
a
miss your
lot of
window.
fun.